Hi, I'm Al Snow, CEO of OVW and Gladiator Sports Network. I wanted to come on here and give you an update in regards to OVW's schedule. As of right now, much like all of you, we are operating under the COVID-19 quarantine restrictions, and it looks like we will continue to do so for the foreseeable future. We are in constant contact with the KBWC, and as soon as we get a release, I will update all of you and let you know the next upcoming event. But for the meantime, please continue to follow us on social media. Please watch us every Tuesday night on WBNA Channel 21 at 8 o'clock. Again, Friday night on U2 America, the YTA network at midnight. And then Saturday mornings, OVW Overdrive at 11 a.m. on WBNA Channel 21 again. You can also see us on YouTube. You can also check us out on Binge TV, Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. We're available wherever you need to help you through this time, to provide entertainment, to take your mind off of this and ease your troubles. So please stick with us. We'll be back stronger than ever, and I'll give you another update as soon as I possibly can. Thank you for your support.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to OVW Overdrive, the show that always kicks out at 2. I'm your host, Bryan Kennison, and with me, as always, dancing Stevie J, Steven Johnson.
Now, thank you guys again for tuning in this beautiful morning. We are just mere days away from live action across the bridge over on Spring Street in Jeffersonville, Indiana. You need to be there. But as far as today is concerned, we are looking towards that future. We are looking towards Tuesday, and what we see is the future here at OVW.
That's right, folks. July 28th is the near future. We will be in Jeffersonville for some live OVW action. Go to ovwrestling.com for tickets and info. But today, we're going to look at some stars that you're going to see competing that night. And like Steve said, the future of OVW. So, Steve, where we're going, we don't need roads.
Because it's a wrestling ring.
We're going back to the future, Marty.
Oh, great
Marty.
Scott.
You might even get kissed by your mama in the past. Who knows?
Leah Thompson is one of my all-time. Leah, I love you. Okay.
Maybe I want Leah Thompson.
Yeah, no, just.
We're both married.
Yeah, we're going to find out.
Okay, anyway, but we have some incredible matches from some stars you're going to see break out in the very near future here in OVW, so we wanted to showcase them this morning. The first match is actually someone who almost shone bright in one of the first matches here in OVW, a young AJZ taking on OVW heavyweight champion Justin Smooth for the OVW Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, so Justin Smooth issues a bit of an open challenge to anybody in the back. He thinks he's going to bring in this rookie. The rookie ended up taking him for quite a ride. I mean, you're coming in, Justin, and you know, you're not in your gear, you're in dress pants.
I think we're running over the limit, Steve. Look, let's go ahead and go to the match. AJZ against the finest pair of dress pants in wrestling since Glenn Jacobs, Justin Smooth. Check it out.
I need somebody to take my belt. Mercy. Take the champ's belt. Take off my watch. Hold the champ's watch. My necklace. There we go. I need a ref in the ring. I need the bell rung right now. I need a ref and I need a bell rung.
There we go. This is now.
Hey, take this.
Is this a title match?
I'm not sure what's going on.
Nonetheless, it's an opportunity for a lifetime for that young man. All I know about him is his name is AJZ. Justin Smooth came out in our last segment and issued an open challenge, which I think cover here. Z's on top, which I think is about the most dangerous thing that you can do.
Yeah, Justin Smooth
in OVW.
Clearly not even out here dressed to compete. He's still in his $1,000 shirt.
Oh, this is I've never seen AJZ on OVW television. I've just seen him in the locker room. There are so many hungry young guys chomping at the bit. Cover here, waiting for an opportunity in the back. You don't issue an open challenge. That's not a smart move. You never know who's gonna come through the curtain, who's gonna step up to the plate.
Justin Smooth is a defending champion. He'll fight anybody. He doesn't care.
Nah, Smooth is a master manipulator, and during the commercial break, he was going one by one by one, making excuses why he couldn't face King's Ransom, why he couldn't face Randall Floyd, but he may have made a mistake here in facing AJZ.
I mean, we literally emptied the locker room. There's referees out here who took their shirt off trying to get into the ring to challenge him.
Ted McNaylor's gone from the broadcast.
Where's he at? What is he doing? Champ's in a bad way.
Indeed he is. And a forearm from the other side of the ring comes AJZ.
There you go. That's the resilience right there.
And ladies and gentlemen, I pride myself on being a broadcaster and being prepared, but this young superstar was not intended to be on the broadcast tonight. And like I said, there's so many guys in back.
Yeah, when we're live, Gilbert, anything can happen.
Yeah, now look. And we are now live each and every week. And if you're sitting at home watching us on Wednesday, make a programming note. OVW television moves to Tuesday nights starting next week. Every week, live at 8 o'clock, right here on WBNA.
I was hoping you wouldn't find out. I was hoping you would show up Wednesday and there'd be an empty arena here.
Will you calm down? Focus on the matter at hand in the ring.
Well, the matter at hand right now is just as Smooth as just laying into this kid.
Yeah, the OVW faithful telling Smooth exactly what they think about him as OVW champion.
Yeah,
this is
really
the
care.
opportunity of a lifetime. This is a chance of a lifetime. Can you imagine for AJZ? Not even on the card, his name's not even known. If he could upset Justin Smooth here tonight.
Yep, well, he drew the short straw tonight as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, Smooth handpicked him on purpose. He said, let me find a rookie. Let me find a guy that I feel like I can beat.
Yeah, he picked the one guy he didn't know the name of.
I mean, but clearly, Z is a athletic young superstar. He spends time in the gym. He's well built, Shannon.
Well, you can give
I
him
wouldn't
that.
expect to step in the ring with this guy and take a night off.
Oh, yeah, you can talk about his physique all you want, but does he have enough to be the champion here in OVW?
We're gonna
I
find
think not.
out.
I think not.
I tell you what, he continually is putting Smooth on his heels.
And now he's got him on his shoulders.
Oh my! That could be it! Is it enough? Floats over, leg is hooked! Do we have a new champion?
No. Slow down, Gilbert, not so
This
fast.
is unbelievable!
Slow down. It's gonna take more than that to put down the champion.
I tell you what, we may not have known AJZ's name at the beginning of the night, but you certainly will know it by the end of the hour. Smooth may not have known him when the night started, but he knows him now.
And listen at the OVW locker room getting behind this kid. Here's a roll-up.
Handful of tights, handful of
He got
tights.
him, he got him.
And Smooth steals it.
Give him his belt.
Smooth steals it, and he's running for high ground.
Still, OVW heavyweight
Wait, we've got the entire locker room after him.
Justin Smooth.
Wrestling, a love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand, a brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product that connect emotionally for people everywhere. From counting the lights in your local armory to main eventing in Korakuen Hall in Tokyo, Japan. Collar and elbow, the wrestling brand.
Our number one priority in life is the protection of our loved ones and ourselves. We at Comprehensive Health and Wellness are here to help. During these challenging and uncertain times, Comprehensive Health and Wellness can supply you with the personal protection equipment you need for you and your loved ones to feel more secure. Go to chw.care or call 800-963-7066 to get yours today. That's chw.care or 800-963-7066.
Now, we had a heck of a showing there by AJZ, but at the end of the day, Mr. Suit Pants, Mr. Classy, Mr. Sophistication, Justin Smooth picked up the win.
He did. Big Justin Smooth picking up the big win. And honestly, for AJZ, not even knowing he was going to compete, he, like you said, heck of a showing. I mean, the ceiling for this kid is just so high.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no.
And
We
built
see
like a
him
Greek
as
god. It's just.
There's a reason that we're talking about him when we're talking about the future here at OVW. We've got, I mean, there's big things written all over that kid.
The Z in AJZ stands for zillions of possibilities.
Oh.
That's probably not right.
No.
But anyway, we're looking at the future of OVW today. Now, see, the future of this episode, I do have a surprise for you. I know the last few weeks have been a little touch and go with everything.
Yeah.
I got
a few weeks.
I got something that's
How long
going to
have we been on
totally
the show?
just
6 months?
distract you and take your brain off of that. Like you prepare to be wowed.
This isn't Al's car, is it?
Prepare to be wowed. No, maybe no.
Okay.
Now, but we are going to be wowed by looking at the women's division of OVW. Now, we have seen some very world-class competitors come through OVW in the women's division, and one of those is Miss Maserati Lazarus. Now, We've seen her here for a few matches, very impressive. We can't wait to see what we see from here in the future.
Right.
Now, her first match here, her debut on OVW television was against then OVW Women's Champion Lynn.
Who we also see as being a part of the future of this business as well.
Absolutely.
This
Here at
company,
OVW,
this
we are
business.
building up the future of a women's division across all of professional wrestling. So let's go ahead and take a look at two of the stars that are going to be at the forefront of that future. Again, Lynn, OVW Women's Champion, facing off against Maserati Lazarus.
Lynn, a very successful champion, although, albeit not for a very long time, but she's got a perfect record so far in
Certainly
OVW.
so. We'll see if she can maintain that current record on her first ever match on OVW Overdrive this morning. Although don't ever count out Maserati, another seasoned competitor around the North American wrestling scene.
Absolutely. And you know why she's here. How much would it help her if she's able to beat the champ? Now, this is a non-title match. We should tell everybody.
Yes.
But if she's able to get a victory over Lynn, it vaults her right to the top of the OVW standings.
Certainly so.
So she knows what's at stake, and of course, so does the champ.
Collar and elbow lockup here. Who see who can take advantage. Looks like Lynn is outpowering Maserati here. And a turnaround, though. I'm not sure if Maserati may have grabbed some of the hair of Lynn. Couldn't quite tell from this vantage point. And it looks like that may have happened.
Got to watch out for Maserati. Very quick. She's got a bit of a mean streak in her.
That she does.
And it looks like that blow connected, but then Lynn able to duck the second one. Ooh, and a huge slap.
The cash flow better watch out. I think he heard that backstage.
That got the job done. That also got Maz's attention.
Uh-oh.
Lynn able to, there you go. Good chain wrestling, and now arm drag.
You know, you don't see too many women that throw a devastating chop like that. I'm quite impressed. Lynn, the champ.
Well, you said it
Showing
yourself.
why she's the champ.
This is her first time wrestling on Overdrive. She is sending a message out, not only to the fans, but all the competitors, all her future competitors that are watching.
Well, did you see that shot by Maserati on
sure did.
Lynn? Oh, God. Oh, using the ropes for leverage there.
Hey, you know what? That's an interesting move. That, you know what? That could pull an arm out of the socket.
A little bit of eat defeat there. Is this what Maserati needed to defeat the champ, Lynn?
Smashing the head in. So I know you've known Lynn from before.
Yes.
Give me a little scouting report on her for the fans that are still seeing her for one of the first few
You
times.
would be hard-pressed to find a competitor that has just more bundled-up energy than Lynn, although it looks like Maserati trying to choke the life out of that energy, if you will.
But that energy
Sapping.
has done her well. It got her the OVW title shot, and then obviously the championship itself.
And look, hold on, blatant choke here. Referee, you got to get in there.
And as we said, Maserati trying to make an immediate name for herself, coming back, giving the champ everything she could want and more.
Maserati, look, she is maintaining control over the champ here. Quite impressive.
Maz hard.
Uh-oh.
Oh!
Pinfall.
1, 2, kick out. Lynn one step ahead for near fall.
And Lynn, she can get you in literally just that quickly. Luckily, Maserati was able to kick out there. Big suplex.
And that did some damage on the back.
That'd be it. Cover here. Roll up. 1, 2, no.
You know, sometimes the suplex can be deflected a little bit. This one did full damage. Oh, but Lynn able to duck that sweeping kick. Strikes back.
A little noggin knocking there. Lynn with those educated feet. Look at her go.
Oh! She uses her legs as well as she uses her upper body, Doc.
And that is hard to do, but that is why she's the champ.
She's got
Cover
her down.
now.
2.
No.
And give it up for Maserati, able to kick out of what looked like a 3 count.
Certainly so. I don't know how she had the wherewithal to kick out there.
Maserati thrown down. Lynn telling her to come on up.
She has it scouted. Can she hit it? She
does.
Big drop kick.
She hits it.
And Maserati's down.
And Maserati
is
No!
I was going to say is out, and she kicks out.
Give it up for Maserati here. I don't know if
Maserati, a look of almost pain on her face. Lynn.
Well, certainly.
Lynn has to come back mentally. I think she thought this match was over.
Whoa.
Both females missing with kicks.
Oh, God!
Not with that one. I
what
think
a
that is
wicked
it.
shot
That
by
is it.
Lynn.
See
It's
ya.
over. Here is your winner by pinfall, Lynn.
Boy, oh boy, Lynn showing why she is the best in OVW. The OVW Women's Champion, Lynn, going to have a lot more competitors in store, but right now she's standing tall.
Have you ever had the dream of being a part of professional wrestling or sports entertainment? Take action and make that dream a reality and attend the world-famous Harvard of Pro Wrestling, Ohio Valley Wrestling, the birthplace of legends such as John Cena, Batista, Brock Lesnar, Cody Rhodes, The Miz, and many, many more. Will you be the next name to be added to that impressive list? Go to ASWA Live now for more information. Learn the right way.
Want more bang for your buck? Well, so do I at OVWWrestlingNetwork.com. It's only $4.99 a month. In between excitement, me too. OVWWrestlingNetwork.com is only $4.99 a month. You get that incredible value. She cost me $17 million and I loved it. Want a real value? OVWWrestlingNetwork.com. It's only $4.99. That's a price so low. Well, it's insane.
Folks, welcome back to OVW Overdrive. Before the break, you saw OVW Women's Champion Lynn winning over Maserati Lazarus. Again, for her TV debut, though, very, very impressive. We expect big things from this young woman, Miss Maserati Lazarus.
Oh, you're absolutely right. And, I mean, we're looking at the future here. We've got both of them. Again, we see great things lined up for both of them. Tremendous talent. But beyond that, we've got so much more lined up.
Oh, we've got so much more. But speaking of seeing great things, like, do you see the great thing that's coming towards the end of the episode? Do you have any ideas? Have you got any clues?
About the surprise. I'm honestly scared because
what have I ever done
everything
you wouldn't trust me? Ever? Name one thing. There it is. Now look, Steve. There's probably I'm a good friend, so you probably like the surprise possibilities are endless because we're best friends and I'm a good gift giver and you know that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But look
no,
here, I'll give you a hint.
gift.
I'll give you a hint. You know I like a surprise with a puzzle. Maybe look at your wrist there. Maybe look at that.
Okay.
Does that give you a little indication of what we're doing here? A little time always moves forward, if you would. Yeah.
I'm not getting it. I'm not. What did you get? If you stole Al Snow's watch, I swear to God, I will punch you in the face. And Al will probably punch you in the face too.
Well, there goes your Christmas present. I'm just kidding, boss. I wouldn't do that. Not again. Now, okay, you're not getting it. Okay, so maybe there's somewhere we're going back to.
We're going back to the action, right? Okay.
That's not what I was alluding to, but that's a really good segue. I'll just leave it.
Yeah, let's.
We'll get back to it.
So next up, we've got
a young Mr. Anthony Catena facing off against former OVW heavyweight champion Tony Gunn. Check it out.
At the Saturday night special. And Doc, I was going to say, anytime Tony Gunn is around, everyone has to be careful. Not just the opponent, but the fans. And Doc, you and I, we both know.
I can't wait to see this matchup. I mean, Katina, relatively unknown, at least here in OVW, but he looks like he's got all the tools in the trade.
Well,
he's really going to get the test today.
He's got 6 tools. That's why he's the 6-tool product. 1 tool better than a 5-tool prospect in baseball. I should tell you, he's wrestled a lot in the New England area, so he's a newcomer here, but he does have experience.
Very different from Tony Gunn, who is just really just one big tool.
Don't let him hear you say that.
Don't worry. Tony Gunn is not. You're gonna be hard pressed to find someone that likes the guy. No matter who they are in the locker room. I mean, he's turned his back on so many people, stabbing friends in the back, stabbing this company in the back. But at the same time, he's still here competing because, quite frankly, he has the talent to do it. As much as I don't like him.
And we should tell everyone later tonight at the Saturday night special, Tony Gunn will be among those competitors in action.
Absolutely. We'll see that a little bit later.
Right, but right now he's got some business to attend to. And Katina better pay attention to Tony Gunn. I don't know what the wrestling was like in the New England area, but here in OVW, you can be taken
Hold
just
on.
like that.
Schoolboy. Can you imagine if he would have got Tony Gunn right there? Oh, he's not done. Going for another defensive pin. O'Connor roll. Does he get him? No.
But maybe he's gotten the attention of Gunn, who immediately goes to the midsection with a low blow.
He might have gotten the toe of that boot in the midsection. I don't know if, hold on a second, small package here. Just a 2 count.
And Katina showing some excellent scientific skills, and Gunn backing up and maybe taking a second evaluation at this man, who I should also tell you is the son of 2 former pro wrestlers. His mom and his dad were both pro wrestlers.
Well, I don't know if his mom or dad ever smacked him around, but he just got smacked by Tony Gunn right in the face.
Gunn, of course, so dangerous.
Whoa.
Ducking on it. Oh, and comes in hard on Katina. And Gunn says, welcome to the Gunn Show. But Katina back on his feet, trying to make a good first impression.
Big hip toss.
Yes, sir. All right.
Scoop and a slam by Katina.
Doc, you're making your first. All right, you're making your first impression. You're making your debut on OVW. What do you want to get across?
A win. Oh no.
Any way possible?
Absolutely. Katina looks like he's holding his own against Tony Gunn. Very impressive.
And obviously spends a lot of time in the gym.
Obviously slow, but that only gets you so far. I mean,
Right.
you can tell Katina he's got some chops as far as wrestling goes.
But
Short
he
on the ropes, kicks him.
Outthinks Gunn, but Gunn now tripping Katina.
Wow.
And Gunn stopping to admire himself. You know what? He's cocky. He's not well liked, but he's very talented. But he's caught by surprise by Katina. Goes hard into that railing.
People in the front row there almost got a gun show in their laps.
Not good.
Katina throwing Tony Gunn back into the ring. You know, this one's been a lot more competitive than I expected it to be.
That's right, but that's what you're going to get here on Overdrive. You're going to get matches that really grab your attention. Uh-oh, Katina looks like he got hurt almost in the
adductor area.
The thigh, yeah.
The inner thigh there.
It's going to be hard for him to move. And now Gunn going out of the ring. And Gunn being told to go back in the ring and just ignoring the referee.
Hey, if it's not going to get him disqualified, Tony Gunn isn't afraid to get the long count, so to speak.
Of course, it all goes back to when he originally threw one of our title belts into the Ohio River, and it's gone downhill from there.
Remind me.
Well, I want to remind all the folks watching who maybe are joining us for the first time or maybe just needed to be reminded. Gunn
He's
on
a
top.
bad dude.
He is. But a nice
he's not
move
so
by
bad
Katina.
now. Oh, God. That might have been the opening Katina needed.
And Katina now, can he take advantage? Just like the good doctor said. Katina with a block and a hard right. And another hard right. And Gunn is reeling just a little bit. Katina again. Doc, are you surprised at all by this debut by this newcomer?
Well, I am, not to take away from this young man, but Tony Gunn is a hell of a competitor, a former heavyweight champion. And Katina, in his debut match, is taking him to task.
Yes, he is. And now Katina. But Gunn shows how tough he is.
Kill shot!
The kill shot. Welcome to OVW, Rook.
Man, I'll tell you what, though, what an effort. That's it.
Here is your winner, Tony Gunn.
Tony Gunn continues to rack up win after win.
If you're like 58% of Americans, you never went to college. Or you did, but never finished. Why?
It was just a hassle going back and forth to campus.
At Independence University, all classes are online. No driving to campus.
No one at the college even knew my name.
At Independence U, you'll get a personal support team, and they'll all know your name.
Too many extra costs like books, fees, parking.
We don't have extra costs. We even give you a new laptop and tablet to keep when you graduate.
I couldn't fit my schedule around classes.
At Independence U, college fits your schedule.
4+ years to get a degree?
With us, you could finish in 3.
At a typical college, no one cares.
Caring about students is what we do best.
Independence University held my hand through the process.
Don't be afraid to take the leap because it has changed my life drastically. If I did it, you can do it too.
Independence U is designed for busy adults like you.
1-855-486-2551.
Okay, let's try it this way.
Okay.
The blank traveler's wife. Eh?
The foreign traveler's wife.
A blank in King Arthur's court. Loopers.
Like Fruit Loops?
The blank machine.
The washing machine.
Why are you doing this?
I feel like if this was $10,000 pyramid, we would have lost by now.
Yeah, no, they would have already had security take us out to
Dick
the
Clark
parking
is
lot.
so disappointed in us.
This is not the first time I've let Dick Clark down, and it won't be the last. But look, we won't let him down with this next match, because again, we're looking at the future of OVW today, and this next wrestler is honestly, if his first year is any indication, more than just the future of OVW, this kid is the future of wrestling itself.
You're absolutely right. Now, I don't want to outright say that I give my full endorsement, but to hell with it. I 100%, I would back this kid to the moon. I will put him on my shoulders, and I will carry him as far as I can. We're talking about Category 5, Corey Storm.
That's right. We saw him again. We've seen 2019 was his year. Youngest TV champion, tag team champion, took Justin Smooth to the absolute limit. Corey Storm is going to be an absolute star, and we are proud to help him get to that next level. So let's go ahead and check out a match that truly features and highlights what Corey can do inside the squared circle. I'm talking about Corey Storm facing off against Gustavo. So literally, no, you're not ready for like a bogus journey. An excellent adventure.
We going to Splash and Safari?
We should actually take our wives there. That's a lovely time. Santa Claus, Indiana is lovely.
Welcome back to Overdrive, ladies and gentlemen. Gustavo has been on Corey Storm since the break after that huge dive to the outside. Gustavo looks to be taking advantage here. Can he capitalize, though, and pick up the win?
I don't know. Good point.
Might just be a few moments away from that.
Gustavo in constant motion. I mean, it's going to be very hard to slow this man down. He looks like he's got excellent cardiovascular. He's got good stamina, endurance. And he has a flair.
A little charisma there. A little hot dogging.
And
might
Storm,
have cost him.
well, we'll see. Storm now going to the midsection, trying to take the wind out of his opponent, and a headbutt out of nowhere.
Gustavo manages to stay on his feet somehow. Uh-oh, category, whoa, I thought he was going to hit that Category 5 double stomp, Bruce.
Oh, and Gustavo gets Storm and almost wraps him up for the
count.
3. That is a 2 count. Now in for a small package.
Not quite enough. I apologize. I think the double stomp, I believe that's called the Eye of the Storm. I apologize. Hold on.
Gustavo, a series of near misses. So Storm trying to slow him down, and Storm frustrated. Storm upset, and Storm not happy with the way things are going right now.
Ooh. Storm, not one to just throw strikes and punches, known more for his finesse and his technical maneuvering, but I think he's getting frustrated, Bruce.
Well, I think also he's met a man that could maneuver as well as he.
No, that's true. I think he might have underestimated Gustavo.
Could be, but he won't make that mistake again. Neither will anyone else
Look at Gustavo
on the roster. Gustavo obviously trying to build a reputation here in OVW, and I'd say he's doing a pretty good job of it.
He certainly earned my respect already.
There you go.
Oh, nice snap suplex from Corey Storm.
That could be it. 1, 2, kick out.
Gustavo, notice he used those hips.
2 count.
Or bridge and kick out of that pinning combination. And Corey Storm looks more and more frustrated by the minute.
And it's interesting because he's forgetting a lot of the things that have gotten him to the top, and now he's just going with good old-fashioned lefts and rights and a stomp to the midsection.
I said Corey Storm not known for just striking in his opponents. Like I said, a bit more technicality, a little bit more finesse, but he is getting frustrated. And that, I don't think, is going to spell victory for Corey Storm if he keeps that up.
The one thing he does have going for him, most of the fans seem to be on his side. Flipped over, but not out.
Whoa! Nice kick there. Corey Storm hit the Category 5, or I'm sorry, the eye of the storm.
Here we go. Up.
Oh,
down.
wow.
And that could be it. That felt like a victory.
Here is your winner, Corey Storm.
Corey Storm able to channel all that aggression, all that frustration, and get a big victory. But will it be enough to help soothe the former Rush Division champion? We shall see.
What lies in Corey Storm's future? Will he become Rush Division champion once again? What will happen between his former tag team partner Thompson himself, and what's he going to do with Gustavo?
This is so unlike Corey Storm. Come on, the match is over, Corey.
Looks like maybe another show of sportsmanship here.
Well, that's always nice to see.
Not often we see this here in OVW, but always
Gustavo
good to
is
see.
touched by it. They shake hands, and there you go. A nice move, nice display of sportsmanship. Your winner again, standing tall, Corey Storm.
Our #1 priority in life is the protection of our loved ones and ourselves. We at Comprehensive Health and Wellness are here to help. During these challenging and uncertain times, Comprehensive Health and Wellness can supply you with the personal protection equipment you need for you and your loved ones to feel more secure. Go to chw.care or call 800-963-7066 to get yours today. That's chw.care or 800-963-7066. Have you ever had the dream of being a part of professional wrestling or sports entertainment? Take action and make that dream a reality and attend the world-famous Harvard of Pro Wrestling, Ohio Valley Wrestling, the birthplace of legends such as John Cena, Batista, Brock Lesnar, Cody Rhodes, The Miz, and many, many more. Will you be the next name to be added to that impressive list? Go to ASWA Live now for more information. Learn the right way.
Welcome back, folks. I hope you enjoyed that last match. During that match, we were setting up for our interview with Category 5 Corey Storm. Didn't quite go the way we wanted to, clearly. We had a little bit of a talk beforehand, and luckily the production's crew had the cameras running, but as soon as the interview started, I might have offended him a little bit. So Corey clearly not here, so let's check out the candid conversation Corey and I did have, give you a little bit of a look inside the mind of where Category 5 is right now. And tell you what, we'll take a little break and we'll see you after the commercials. You'll get you set up and then we'll be good to roll here in just a minute, man. Thanks for coming in, by the way.
Sounds good.
Dude, I feel like I haven't seen you for, thank you, Mary. It's a boy named Mary, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's fine.
I feel like I haven't seen you forever. What have you been up to?
Nothing, man. Like, it's been 4 or 5 months since I've even been in this building.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of the same walls recently. Like,
feels really good, though, honestly. Being back here in the Davis Arena feels good.
Well, I mean, you had a huge year here in 2019, so I imagine it feels good, dude. I mean, you were, what, youngest TV champion, if I remember right?
All time, yeah.
You just got old enough to buy cigarettes, and then you got a title.
Yeah, and then they changed the cigarette law to 21.
Did they?
Yeah, they did. So
see, it bothers
but
me.
I don't smoke,
It
so
bothers me that you know that. Now I'm going to keep my eye on you. Like,
You're gonna keep your eye on me?
I've had my eye on you since you got here. You know that.
Well, I'm pretty, so it's fine.
I did not say that.
You pretty much said it without saying it.
Now, I will say, yeah, you had a heck of a run against Justin Smooth last year too, dude.
I did, but I couldn't get the job done. So.
Yeah, well, Chicago, you almost did, which is a shame that most people didn't get to see that when we did the was it Impact Breakout?
Yeah, Impact. It was not sure what it was called.
I think
it was my moment though. I should have won.
Man, that crowd was just eating it up. It was insane. Like, you and Justin got sent up there to represent OVW, and I was really impressed, man. I was proud of you. You did awesome.
I mean, it was fun wrestling for Impact, but I should have won. I should have walked out with the OVW title.
Why do you think you couldn't beat Smooth after like 3? I mean, not to be mean, but you had 3 chances. I mean,
I beat him every time when it wasn't for the title, and then when the title was on the line, I don't know, just crumbled under pressure. I guess I really don't know.
I don't know. That's more of a testament to Smooth, or like, you know.
No, he sucks.
How are your shoulders? You all right? Can you buckle under pressure? Is that what that is, kid?
Pretty much, yeah. You know, I hear title on the line. I'm like, oh.
No, you say that, but you got the tag title this year.
I did.
Yeah, again, which I think you might be the youngest tag champion we ever had, and you had it with Dimes.
I'm not sure. I haven't looked that up. I might need to look it up.
It's weird, Wiki and your friends. I feel like I should have Googled it before we did this, but like.
I don't have a wiki page though, so it's fine.
You don't have a wiki page?
No, I don't.
What?
Al Snow does though. It's pretty cool.
I know. I'm a moderator on
He's
that
my
one. He
dad,
doesn't know
so.
that. But Steve, put your pants on. We're about to do the show, man. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm barely
We're doing an
overage.
interview.
Keep your pants on.
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude.
It's fine.
You can see me?
Yes, we can still see you.
The lights are bright, but they're not that bright, man. You're not doing anything. You're just walking around now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about Steve. Don't worry about
And they
that.
make you out on TV to be the dumb one out of the two.
Right? Exactly. If people could see.
I like you, Bryan, so it's fine.
Thank you, man. I've liked you since day one. You came in, you probably had the best debut we had here, and I was there with you the whole time. Every time right behind that curtain, I was there.
I know one time when I won the TV championship, you were hiding behind the curtain with an interview, and you scared me really bad.
Well.
But I seen a camera, so I was like, okay, I'm not going to act scared.
Yeah,
But you kind of scared me. It was pretty dark.
I get that a lot, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. That's what I'm supposed to do. Al likes for me to be hiding behind curtains. It's this weird thing. But it was awesome seeing you. Are we going? Are we about to go? No, we got a minute? Okay, cool. Do you mind getting Corey? Do you want a water?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you get him a water, Mary? Because he's going to be talking. I don't want him to be nice and liquid. All right.
I need a water.
So, all right, man. 2019 was awesome. 2020, you only got to do a quarter of it. Do you feel like this? Yeah, you've been training. You lost what, 20 pounds?
20 pounds, yeah.
You think you're going to be ready when we come back, July 28th?
Yeah. I have a ring at my house, so I kind of keep in ring shape. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You don't invite me over. I just realized it in this conversation.
It's awkward.
Now, Dean Hill has that thing on the 28th. Was it some announcement or some groundbreaking?
Something like that.
It's his booming voice. Everything feels like it's going to be groundbreaking with Dean.
I think he should announce that I'm like every champion in the company.
He's just going to strip everybody's titles and give them to you.
Yeah, give them to me.
Corey, I mean, I love you to death, man, but that's a lot of titles. You have the arm strength to carry those out all the time.
Yeah,
I don't know if you have the wingspan.
It'd be like Ultimo Dragon.
You would get the title off Madison Rain, which would make me very happy. You know, that's not here nor there. That's nor here nor there.
Do you not like her? Oh wait, she doesn't like you.
Let's not. Oops. We don't need to talk about it, Corey. That's okay. I mean, have you heard what he's going to be doing? Like, I know you guys are always. Really?
Yeah.
I thought you had like Dean Hill's ear. He likes you.
I don't know.
He's always, the Corey Storm is the next big star here.
He does kind of like me.
He does.
Yeah.
Well, that's my Dean Hill, by the way.
That was pretty good.
I feel like it was really close. If we're gonna.
It was.
Are we doing it? Okay. So let's. I'm gonna put my old spectacles back on. Yeah, try to. All right. So we're just gonna have a little fun. I'll throw some at you and we'll get rolling. All right.
Okay.
All right. We'll do it. 1, 2. Folks, thank you so much and welcome back to OVW Overdrive. With me right now, Category 5, Corey Storm. Now, Corey, thank you so much for your time, man. Let's get straight to it, though. You know, you probably don't want to hear about the big question on everybody's mind. You and Dimes.
No.
You and...
Nope.
No, I just wanted...
No.
Corey,
Nope.
it's a simple question, man. You don't need... We can talk... We can skip it and come back to it.
Nope. Not happening. It's not happening, Bryan. I'm not talking about it.
Wrestling, a love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand, a brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product that connect emotionally for people everywhere. From counting the lights in your local armory to main eventing in Korakuen Hall in Tokyo, Japan. Collar and elbow, the wrestling brand.
Want more bang for your buck? Well, so do I at OVWWrestlingNetwork.com. It's only $4.99 a month. In between excitement, me too! OVWWrestlingNetwork.com is only $4.99 a month. You get that incredible value. She cost me $17 million and I loved it. Want a real value? OVWWrestlingNetwork.com. It's only $4.99. That's a price so low. Well, it's insane.
What'd you say? He stormed out of here. Pun intended. See what I did there?
I told you once that's my thing. You do it again, I will cut.
I don't feel good about it.
You shouldn't. Well, look, now, if you weren't running around doing wardrobe changes midway through a show, who does
wasn't
that?
A wardrobe change. I just wanted to relax.
It's hot in here. I get
how
that.
I
But
relax.
you would have heard that I mentioned Dimes and Corey he didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, no, I mean...
He's clearly been stewing on it for months.
Yeah.
And he's just sitting on the emotion, man.
He's not over it. He's not over it. He harbors aggression, and rightfully so. The way that all turned out there at the end was...
Well, yeah, we all watched the Three Wishes match, assuming like they had talked. They were going to go for those tag titles, and then not only did he lose his title, he lost arguably his best friend at the time. So it's it has to be hard for Corey. But that being said, we do believe in Corey full-heartedly. Now, to the point where, yes, we've already shown you a Corey Storm match, but we're going to show you another one. Not just any Corey Storm match. You haven't seen this one before, and this is Corey Storm versus just recently #1 contender for the Impact Heavyweight Championship, Ace Austin. So, I mean, Corey is a world-class competitor, and you're about to find out exactly why.
Check it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for clicking in for this OVW Wrestling Network exclusive. OVW been under attack by Impact Wrestling superstars. And this man is fighting with the weight of our company on his shoulders. You are looking at the 18-year-old sensation known as Corey Storm. I'm Gilbert Corsi at ringside. Expected to be joined shortly by my broadcast colleague, Dr. Ted McNaylor. And Storm is heading into the biggest match of his life, September 11th at 4th Street Live in Louisville, Kentucky, with a shot at the OVW Heavyweight Championship against Justin Smooth at our big Fight for Freedom. And Doc, we just found out that that's what this whole reign of terror from Fulton and Ace Austin has been about. OVE and their allies want to be on the show September the 11th.
Well, of course they do, but what have they done to deserve it? Absolutely nothing other than interrupting the show, causing a riot almost. And I hope Corey Storm kicks Ace Austin's teeth down his throat right here. And ends OVE's reign of terror over OVW for good. First time we're seeing Ace Austin in an OVW ring.
And here's what I know, this one is going to be about as fast as you can get. It's going to be fast and furious. Austin, whether you like him or not, is innovative in his offense and soars through the air, much like Corey Storm likes to rain down with his assault.
That's very true. This is going to be interesting to say the least. Say unpredictable. Hold on.
There's that speed I was talking about, Doc.
Beautiful hurricanrana from Corey Storm, who's taking the first offense to Ace Austin.
Storm the first to strike.
We're seeing OVW versus OVE right here, right now.
More so OVW versus Impact. As Austin's shoulders are on the map, but Storm can only find a near fall too. Storm perched on the second rope on the inside. Cross body block. Good hook of the leg here. Quickly goes for a cover, but can only find another near fall. And how about that cryptic message from Sami Callihan that he will be here for OVW television next week?
Well, I have to assume that he was the he all along.
Tied to that proverbial tree of woe, and Storm is in a whole lot of jeopardy here.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Look at that.
Doc, I'm no doc, but
look at the torque on the neck.
It's not supposed to bend that way.
He had even more leverage in that position. Going for a cover now, Corey Storm.
Leg hooked here. Storm's out in one, though. Austin a little bit frustrated with the official.
Just a 1 count.
Ace Austin, for those that haven't seen him in Impact Wrestling, is easy moving and light on his feet. His offense is rapid and sharp.
Oh. Ace Austin hooking Corey up.
Suplex into another quick cover here. No hook of the leg, and again, Storm is out in one.
Corey Storm is just kicking out of everything that Ace Austin has to offer.
Austin's the kind of guy who walks that line of confidence and cockiness, and often falls onto the cockiness side. A bit arrogant of a superstar is Ace Austin, they say.
And I can't take away anything from him. I mean, he's a great competitor, but you don't have to do it the way that him and OVE have been doing it. Uh-oh.
But here's what I know also about Corey Storm. He is built with the kind of grit that you rarely find in a competitor. There's something special about this kid Storm.
I mean, I have never seen anyone at the age of 18
Twister kick miss.
Move like Corey Storm can. Hold on.
Oh, no. I've seen this before. Oh. Austin pulls out that card. And
Oh, God.
Nothing worse.
The referee didn't see it.
There is nothing worse than a paper cut between the fingers.
Jeez.
Because the sweat's gonna get in there and it's just gonna burn. It's gonna sting. And Storm with another near fall. Out in 2.
Ace Austin continuing the onslaught here on Corey Storm, who just refuses to quit. Corey Storm refuses to give up. He will not be denied. He's going to have to get knocked out if Ace Austin wants any chance at defeating this young man.
Undoubtedly, Storm has a heart the size of Texas, but Storm's also up against the biggest challenge of his life in Justin Smooth with the OVW heavyweight title on the line September 11th. And momentum matters. Every match matters. Corey Storm cannot afford a loss here, Doc.
Certainly not, and I have to believe Justin Smooth, our champion, is just waiting backstage, watching and loving every minute of this as Ace Austin gets another cover.
Leg hooked. Will it be enough?
Whoa.
Storm still alive.
Almost. Almost had him.
Austin beginning to punish now. Slowing the pace and punishing Corey Storm. Not afraid to cut corners. Not afraid to break the rules is Ace Austin. And that's been the whole, anytime Impact's around, they just bring this ego about them.
Certainly so, but that being said, OVW, anytime that has happened, the superstars have risen to the challenge, and if anything, it has made them step up their game.
Storm with the weight of our company riding on his shoulders in this contest.
And you have to believe
he's fighting for the boys in the back.
Yes,
he's fighting for the Dustin Jacksons, the Randall Floyds, who were attacked by Austin and Sawyer Fulton earlier tonight. He's fighting for the Maximus Khans and all the guys in the gauntlet who were attacked the second time.
Oh, God.
That Fulton and Austin attacked.
You have to believe that's going through his head right now as Ace Austin about put his elbow through the head of Corey Storm with those vicious elbows.
Standing frog splash here. Will it be enough? Referee out of position right by the ropes.
I think Ace Austin is surprised. I think he thought he was already going to have the young Corey Storm beaten by now, but he hasn't been watching OVW because Corey Storm doesn't get beaten that easily.
Yeah, and if you're Impact and you're these OVE guys, you know what it's about at September 11th. It's the ego. The eyes of the wrestling world
I would imagine
are shining down. The spotlight of the wrestling world shining down on OVW September the 11th.
And I would have to think the $100,000 probably has a little bit to do with that, too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That $100,000 ladder match where positions are still open. Dimes and Nigel, the first two to qualify in the multi-man ladder match with $100,000 on the line. That'll change your life.
Certainly so. Can you imagine if Ace Austin somehow weaseled his way into that match? Corey Storm fighting from underneath.
What's going to happen? What's going to happen when Callahan's here next week? I mean, that man is a one-man wrecking machine.
Jesus!
Out of nowhere, great reversal here for Storm with a twister kick, and has swung the momentum quickly back in his favor.
The Cyclone is beginning to gain power.
Oh, diving cutter. Will it be enough?
That's it. That's it. Cover him, Corey.
Legs hooked. Storm on his way to victory here. 2.5.
No, hold on, just a 2. I was about to say OVW victorious, but they are not yet, as Ace Austin finds a way to kick out.
Fatigue beginning to set in for both of these young guys.
What a contest this has been. You know, I can't say I'm Ace Austin's biggest fan, but these two have had quite the battle here tonight. And I certainly hope Corey Storm can secure the victory here, and I hope he does it soon. Here he goes.
Storm trying to put together here. Storm jacks the jaw on Austin. Oh! Follows it up with a well-placed knee to the side of the temple, and that puts Austin in perfect position for Category 5. Can Storm connect on this double stop?
He does!
Whiplash-like effect. Corey, you got him. Cover him, kid. Cover him. into the cover. Where's the ref here? Oh no, Fulton was on the floor. The referee is cleared and there's Smooth. Street justice.
Oh, come on. Madman Fulton continuing to hold the referee. Referee was about to see it.
That's an early hit. That's a tactical move from the man that Storm will face September the 11th at 4th Street Live.
No. No.
Come on, Smooth. How could you betray OVW like that? This kid was fighting.
He doesn't care.
Our company on the line almost.
Come on.
And Ace Austin picks the bones.
Your winner, OVE.
Ace Austin.
What is going to happen when Human Chaos Sami Callihan is in Davis Arena next week, Doc?
I shudder to think, but either way, it looks like OVE is going to be at the fight for freedom.
There it is, folks. That is exactly why we said Corey Storm is a game changer in the world of professional wrestling and a game changer here in OVW wrestling.
Yeah, the future is so bright. One would say you'd have to wear shades. Yeah.
I feel like you went to make a pun, but it wasn't there. And now
It's
you're
a
just making
song.
mouth
It's
noises.
a song. He's so young.
I am.
These kids.
Youthful. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us, guys. The future of OVW is so bright, and we have proved that to you this morning. Now, Steve?
Yeah.
You ready to go to the future? See where these stars end up in a couple years?
What are you talking about?
Okay, Steve. I know I've been giving you a surprise the whole time.
Yeah.
Time machine.
What?
I went to a very reputable back alley.
Right.
And I made some trades, traded all my Pokemon cards from when I was 10. They were very valuable.
Was it the back alley on 6th?
8th.
8th.
8th is much more reputable.
I'm more of a 6th guy, but I get it. 8th is good.
Time machines. Even and it's made of wood, and because wood is timeless.
That makes no sense.
I know this should be a DeLorean. I know that's where you're going to go with it. It's not about the car.
It's a Monte Carlo.
It's about the flux capacitor, you see.
Inside.
It's a common misconception. Really, the
Sure.
DeLorean's all about the doors.
Poker chips.
Going to the future's a gamble. But yeah, Steve, all we have to do.
All lines up.
All we have to do, man, we just spin this just a little.
Just
and
spin
then
it
we
a
can go
little.
wherever we want. We go
To
to
where?
any time. It's not where, it's when.
So,
It's when. Don't twist it now because it'll go during the thing.
I twisted it the wrong way anyways. Yeah, dude. I twisted it for like a half a second.
Gorilla hands?
Yeah, I just. Oh no, the